Hi there guys, how we doing? Phil Kent here and continuing my daily Facebook Live, which I started as part of a 50-day challenge. If you don't know what I'm doing, if it's your first time for watching, I set myself a new 50-day challenge on Saturday just gone. And part of that challenge is I'm going to be doing a Facebook Live every day for the next 50 days. The reason you do things like this, it creates a bit of momentum, creates a bit of self-accountability and so much more. So that's the reason I'm doing it. So the reason I'm looking to the side is I'm looking to the phone as well, because this program that I'm using that does the Facebook streaming does run a few seconds behind. Oh, I've got Ilse down the bottom there. I can see you. She's saying, let me in. Let me just show you her comment. Ilse is asking to be let in. So, yeah, I'm going to do that. Give me 1 second. Great thing about this is I can let other people join in the stream, which I love. And 1 second, so I'm just going to jump over and drop in my regular little host, which is going to be our Ilse. There we go, Ilse, you are. I've just dropped it in for you. Now let's get back to where I was, so we know what we're doing. So Ilse is going to pop up in a minute and join us. So yeah, I'm doing the 50-day challenge. Unfortunately, Ilse couldn't be with us yesterday, but she's going to be with us today, which is great because it's always good to have more than one person and things like that. So I'm getting back to what I was saying, doing the 50-day challenge. Makes you self-accountable, gives you a little bit of momentum and stuff like that. And Ilse is going to be joining us. Let me just bring her up. Hello. I've got to get my ears on because I've got to listen to what Ilse has got to say. Here we go. How are we doing, Ilse? How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Hi, Phil. How are you?
We
missed you yesterday.
I missed you today. Yeah, missed you yesterday, but hey, we did it anyway. You know, I run the fort. So my live is continuing. My 50-day challenge is continuing. This is day 6, so my 6th live on the trot. So thank you. I intend to see it right through. So you were busy yesterday helping out others.
Very busy, yeah. Autominations and stress, so yeah.
I know, part of what we do, isn't it? Yeah. So did you see the subject of today? What I want to talk about? Yeah, that was right. It was
for
always
beginners.
Yeah. Today is, I'm calling that same title, the main affiliate marketing for beginners. Basically what we pretty much do here in OLSP. Mm-hmm. And today's subject is picking up on another post. It's about always dream and think bigger. And I got a few feedback on it when I did the post the other day, because it comes down to, as we know, setting them goals but going past them. You know, when I like to, because I haven't got the CRM software at the moment, so I'm still waiting for Wayne. Or
I have partly of it.
You're part of it. But at the moment, so I'm manually doing the messages. And because obviously when you're sending a lot of cold messages out, because there's a Facebook thing doesn't allow these people to always see your messages or whatever, because they're not your friends. The only way you can get around it is with numbers. So I always target, I like to get, if I can get 4 or 5 good messages back a day or so, or sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, I can get at least 2 good conversations out of those, and then you're on a good path. But to do that, I need the responses, and there's no good me just sending a handful of messages out, because I was speaking to one of our learned friends about this. I won't mention his name, but the one that's come to me has come to you, and he told me how many messages he was sending, and I said, so, and he said, I've sent about 15 messages out, but I haven't got a reply. And I said, right. I said, just to give you an idea, I said, my sweet spot for getting guaranteed replies is between 30 and 50 messages a day. And he was like, what? I said, so that's what I aim for. I said, my minimum I send out daily is in the region of 25 or so. I said, but I know if I can break into between 30, 40, 50 messages out, I'm going to get some replies back out of that. And
you do that only on social media or emails?
That's purely on Facebook. Purely on Facebook.
Yeah.
So when I told him that, he was quite taken aback with the numbers, And I said, I think we were talking about, and I said,
but he didn't do it regularly. You
Yeah, and
didn't do it every day, no.
That's right. You know,
It's
it's not digging him every day, but it's digging anybody out. But it's just, you know, reiterating the point that if you want something, you've got to go past the amount of numbers that you need. I know if I was only going to send 10, 15 out, I'd be lucky if I get one reply, you know. But once I start getting to the 25, 30 plus messages out, I'm going to get at least a couple of replies, maybe more. Some days you get 4 or 5 back. You know, they might not all be positive leads, but you're going to get good conversations back. It's a numbers game. And sometimes I'm putting those numbers out. You know, it's like I had 2 people contact me both yesterday, and these 2 people, my message was sent out to them over 2 weeks ago. So they do see them. They see them eventually. And sometimes they say, hey, sorry, I've just seen your message. And it's not their fault. It's this silly Facebook thing, which they don't allow people to see messages because they're not connected. But so that is what the post was about. It was about, you know, and I know for a fact, without asking you, but you can explain a bit, you know, how much effort do you put in to get the results you're looking for? What are your sort of, you know, tell the people, so it's not just me banging on about it. Tell me, just give them a brief summary of your
what
day.
I do, I am obligated to do self-made content that it's really mine, that I didn't snatch from somebody else. 3 on TikTok, 3 on Instagram, the same one. 3 on Facebook Reel. I make a story out of it. I make a story out of it on Instagram. Then I post it on my Facebook. Not enough. I have to do more, a lot more.
Yeah.
Well, I do a Facebook Reel, then a Facebook post. I try to make a blog now. That's something that's coming with my Facebook post. I make a more blog post out of it. Then I go to groups. I see if the people are needed or what the main question is in the group. I post in the groups with content, and they come back at me. Most of them are affiliates that are struggling, or are seeking someone else to go in their system. But it's the same as you know. If the system isn't giving back to them, there are programs that are good, but still they are trying to find a person that knows a lot, that goes in their program. But I'm fully busy now. I have 3 programs in my pocket. I have to reel and deal with them. So why would I join another one?
Another one. That's right.
So I just let them see what I do. Maybe it's something for them. Isn't it? But it isn't it. But they can become friends on Facebook. They see the results. They see everything we're doing. They know then that we are coaching. We're really coaching it. We don't leave people stranded. What is in their program that they're missing? And if I let you see this one. And there the conversation starts, and DMing. 11, 12 DMs in 4 hours. You have to do that. People forget that. Go back in DMing, or somebody says something. Oh, that's nice, and just that comment. See the profile and go for it.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe somebody is seeking. It's not really warmed up yet, but you can accelerate it.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, and that gives you an idea. You've just given a very brief rundown of the effort you're putting in on a daily basis, and it becomes a routine, isn't it? You know,
now it's 8 hours until everything is built up again. Huh?
You know, and you have to do it. And I'm always banging on about consistency to people who message me. They say, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm consistent." You know, because we can go through this process, but some days we might not get the leads come back. We might not get the messages, but you just keep doing it.
Then you make content.
Yeah, as it just keep doing it. But if you're following that pattern and you're constantly putting out these messages, you're constantly putting out a post, you're constantly putting out, you know, it's going to come back. Because it was I had quite a good one yesterday, because I it was towards the end of the day, so I hadn't done my Facebook story. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. But I thought, I'll take a screenshot of my last earnings post, and I'll just put that as a story.
Yeah.
So I'll put that up, and within 2 or 3 minutes, this guy messaged me and said, "What's this you just posted?" He said, "Do I have to recruit?" and all the rest of it. So I took a quick look at his profile, and he's a crypto guy. So I knew what, he was mainly about investing. So it wasn't really going to be his. I knew it wasn't going to be really for him, but I just said to him, hey, it's affiliate marketing based. And then he went and he said, I've just taken. And then I see you in. I could see he was going through my profile because he started liking a couple of posts. And then he came back at me. He said, I can see what it's all about now. I don't really agree to put something like that on a story, hoping somebody will
interact.
Interact. So I threw it straight back at him. So I said, although that you're the one that interacted more than anybody else, I said, you're the one that commented on it. And I said, and you've just gone through my profile. So maybe it worked better than you thought it did. And he didn't have an answer. He just went, and he just disappeared, But I just thought, he shot himself in the foot, as I say, because I thought he's saying he didn't like what I did, but it made you comment, it made you go through my profile, it made you take a look. So maybe
it had effect.
Yes, it had the effect, and that is what it's all about. Sometimes it just takes that one little piece, that one that somebody sees, but again, it was just carrying on the routine. I get up, I start in the morning, I catch up on messages, catch up on posts, catch up on my comments. I try always make a new post, I'll get that up and running. If need be, I might use a bit of the comment domination as well. And then because
we're there to help, huh?
That's right. Because you need to, because Facebook is so strict now. So, but I do that in the morning, and then myself and my wife go out nearly every morning. So you see, you've done that, you've let the CD Pro do its work, and you can go out, come back, catch up with the comments, schedule the lives, and it's just a routine. It's a routine, that's the routine.
Same as when you're going to work, isn't it? You have your coffee at work, you say something to your colleagues, you sit down, first you're doing your emails, that is done, okay. You written down what's to do at first, your priorities, and then you go, okay, checklist, and then you do your work, and in the afternoon you check your emails again. It's the same, and this is so easy, and it's for yourself.
It is, and the post I was on today's subject again was, I said, you got to always dream and think bigger. So the only way you can do it is like the Grant Cardone 10x rule, isn't it? You got to multiply everything that you want. So if you want, that's it. If you want to generate, 4 or 5 DMs, I know that I've got to get past the 30 messages to get those few coming back in. You know how many sort of videos and reels you got to put out to get the amount back, and it's no different. If you want to, people say, I want to give up and I want to pay off my mortgage, then I say to people, well, look past that. What about pay off your mortgage and get yourself a holiday home? Always look past the target, and setting targets and goals is also crucial. I'm big for that. Short term and long term always. When I got started with OLSP, I saw the value upgraded straight away, and my first initial goal was, right, I want 5 dominators, and I got that.
In the next month VIP. I'm sure of it. I'm sure you're in the.
I know it's a work. It's a work in progress. I mean, we're situation is different myself. I mean, I had a long chat with because Wayne's touched on it, and Angela, who I spoke to on the coach call. I had to explain that the home situation is slightly different. So, because I'm at home full time, my wife is disabled and I care for her full time. So I said, at this moment in time, the funds for that are not there, but I said, but it's a work in progress, and I always take things out of money I've earned always, and that's the way I do it. So, so I said to, she said, so where are you looking to be? And I said, well, the first step is 5 dominators. I hit that in the first month. I said, my next step is 10. It is and I said, next step is 10 dominators. And if any drop off, because the one's looking a bit wobbly, which happens, then you just replace them. You just replace them. That's unfortunately that's the nature of the industry. But it's, again, if you keep going through the process, it's going to happen. I've got a couple of really good guys. There's one I mentioned him yesterday. He's recently joined. He's from the UK with me, and he's got quite a busy life. He's working quite early in the morning starts, and he comes home, he has to do the school run and pick the kids up and then run them to and fro. But every evening he's going through a bit more, And last night he messaged me, he said,
he gets it.
Yeah. And last night he messaged me, he said, I'm really stuck. Can you have a look at something? I said, yeah, of course I will, because he's putting in the effort. I don't mind helping him, so, and it was just a silly mistake he'd made inside TD Pages, and I helped him sort it out,
He did all did that. All those things.
Yeah. But you're like me, if someone's putting in the effort, I don't mind taking time out to help them
call
back.
Me, even if I was asleep, I don't mind.
But it's when somebody is not doing anything and then they want you to do things for them. No, I'm sorry. You gotta put.
It's not a done for you that we do. It's coaching. Right. It's like I will teach you to do the stuff so you can go for it and you can learn your other downline. Because I don't know, people realize, but we only can get that amount of dominators under us to start. We have to train them. So everybody, it's a hurry up. Because if you're not in that amount of what we can handle, sorry, but
especially now, because I think when more so now, I think there's so many more new people looking to learn than ever before. Whereas a few years ago, it was nearly all seasoned marketers, if you like, people that like us have been in the game, jumping around, and so you didn't really need as much one-to-one help with them. Now, because so many are struggling, so many are, with the cost of living and wanting to get out of their work,
gets a chance.
And there's so many more new people, and at the moment, affiliate marketing has got such a huge magnet to it, which is good for us, but obviously these people haven't done anything before. And so they need a little bit more help, which is fine. If they're putting in the effort, I'm happy to help them, and they're showing that they're turning up, they're listening to lives, they're messaging in the evening, what do I do here, what do I do there? Don't mind that, give them a bit of help, rather than just say, hey, get on with it, they're going to stay with you longer.
Twice, but then it's another.
Yes, so and I say to them, I always say to my dominators, I say, what I'm doing with you now, because I always take all of them through the Magic Link process to get them to that stage. That's how I bring them in. I don't send them to the academy first.
No, it's too much.
I always bring them. I say, this is the way to come through. Because it's a great hook. It's a good learning tool. They're going to learn about the squeeze page. They're going to learn about TD Pages, they're going to learn about emails and GetResponder, and they're the fundamentals. And then I say to them, and also when they get to the end of the training steps, they're going to be introduced to a dominator, and then I say to them, upgrade to a dominator, have a chat with them, see what they want to do about that, and then once they do, then I can say to them, now what I've just done with you is it's a case of rinse and repeat. You bring people in the same process that I've just done, learn what I do. Everything's a learning tool. Copy what I do, because it works. Copy what you do. It works. We're not just want to get people on as a number and say that's another one. Great.
No,
you want them to stay.
If they don't stay, it's a bad influence and it's a bad commercial or a bad thing for the academy. I don't want that because it's too good to get ruined. We are there to help. We are there to support. We know what it is, and it's golden. And if you put the effort in it, you will be at the place we are. You will. It's just a matter of putting that action in.
It is. I mean, you've got a routine, which is slightly different to mine, but it works. But you've got that consistency. You've got that work. This live video is going out onto my Facebook Live. It's going out onto YouTube, and it's going out onto Twitch as well. Do I get people say, "Oh, do you get much from Twitch?" I don't know. I say, but it's out there. The more that gets out there. The more you get seen.
People see and you can be recognized, and people are curious. That's one of my C's I'm promoting. Are curious to go and see who you are, who posting that, because that would be great. And then they come in.
So I've just looked down. I can see that Corey again is watching now. I mentioned him to you the other day. Yeah, Corey is one of my dominators. He's another one that's turning up on a regular basis, listening in to the lives. You know, he's at work at the minute, but he knows roughly when I'm on, and he's turning up. I've got this other guy, Tim, who's new. He's turning up every evening and doing a little bit of work, and you know, and I said to this guy Tim last night, the same as I've said to Corey, you know, these are the people that are going to do well because they're turning up. You know, they're turning up. They're wanting to learn. They're wanting to find out how to do things.
The next steps.
You know, they're asking questions all the time, and they're showing up. And it's great to see. And they're the ones that are going to do well. You know, because I said, this guy, I spoke to him last night, and he said, oh, I was starting to get tired. And I said, give me your login, I'll have a look. You know, and I see it within 2 or 3 minutes, like you would have done. It was a simple mistake. And I said to him, it was such a simple mistake. I said, but you did the right thing, asked me. And I said, I don't mind taking time out to go and have a look. You know, I rectified it for him, sorted it out, boom, done. You know, it was the same. And talking of Corey, he did exactly the same thing. He said, my traffic hasn't started yet, and there was a delay on it, and it was quite some time. And I said, that's unusual. I said, something's slowing it down. So I took a look at his, again, he just put the wrong URL up, you know, and I said, it's an easy mistake. And I rectified that for him, and within 24 hours, the traffic run and completed. You know, but you don't mind helping those get back to what we said earlier.
It's
those that are giving, but those that are giving, we give back. And you're the same, because you've got, like you said, free programs, but you've got one of your people who's not doing much. Then why should you take time out of your precious time?
I have one rule. You're in my private Facebook group only if you are an action taker. If you don't, you get out. Sorry.
Yeah.
There is a chat box that comes in my my handy, my cell phone, but you're making it harder for everyone else by questioning things that you already know, that you're not are doing, that you're not are positioning. I asked 3 posts to make for one day to see, okay, those posts, let them go out, and I don't get them. Yeah, then you're not allowed to ask me questions.
That's fair enough. I mean, because you mentioned it to me once before. You know, our time is valuable. Yeah. You know, and people don't. I think you've hit the nail on the head earlier in the conversation when you said people don't see what we do behind the scenes. You know, and it's true. They don't see the effort that we put in and the consistency that we put in and the work that we put in, as well as making time to help those that deserve the help. You know, and it is a constant thing. My life's busy at home indoors with looking after my wife. You've got 2 programs. You've got a busy lifestyle yourself. You know, but we fit it in. We make the time to do these things. You know, but it is, once you develop that routine, it's easier, isn't it? It's much easier. Because I said, like I said, my morning routine. I get up, answer any messages, catch up on the comments, do me post, get that posted, schedule me live. And that's it. And then I can go out for my wife in the morning because that part's done. But it's still something that I do before we leave. You know, and it becomes when it's part of a routine. It's easy. You know, it's easy. And I'm now doing this every day. The routine you build up.
It isn't from the first time. No, you build it up.
No, that's right. I mean, and it takes that time. It takes that momentum. But it's worth it. You know. Yeah, it does pay off. It does pay off, you know.
It does.
And you don't know who's going to come in. I mean, it's just like when we spoke about Richard, my last VIP, the one I mentioned to you. James, the last VIP, we mentioned him. Yeah. You know, he'd gone cold for sort of 3 or 4 weeks. Through his own circumstances, he couldn't do much. I mentioned to you before, but I kept that contact with him because I thought I still see him as a warm lead. He was always reading me messages. He was answering every time. So I think, well, he's still a warm lead. I'll keep in contact with him. And then it was a good 3 weeks of him he'd paid only the magic link, but then did nothing, you know, but he was answering messages and he was keen, and I'm doing this, Phil, and his answers are great, you know. And I was just sitting there on a Sunday evening, and Sunday is a day that I actually don't do too much, you know, but I was sitting there Sunday evening and this message just came up, boom, Phil, I've just watched Wayne's training. I want to upgrade to a Dominator. Can I do it now? Bang, you know. I said, of course we can. We'll do it straight away. And I said, he logged in. I said, have you got to pay the full amount? Or he said, no, it's full amount. I said, no, wait there. I'll get you the discount link. You know, because he deserved it. You know,
Yeah,
it's got
we
the
do that.
discount. Yeah,
They can ask us the discount link.
Yeah, that's why I gave the discount link. And you know, that was that Sunday evening. 3 days later, he went VIP.
Yeah, VIP.
You know, it was, you know, and if
like,
we've touched on it before, and it is all about this routine. It's all about this.
Oh, he has to do his onboarding call yet, so I will see him tomorrow.
Oh, he's looking forward to
in
it.
our mastermind.
Yes, he done overnight he left me a message. He said, "I've done a Facebook video, a video, and I've put it on my timeline. Can you go and have a look?" So I said, "Of course I will." You know, it's a 5-minute video, and he said, "Let me know what you think of it. Is it any good?" And I actually watched it, Ilse, and it was about himself, how some health issues have forced him to stop his truck driving, which he does for a living. He said how he now needs a second income. He needs to be involved. He's been introduced to a program by myself for affiliate marketing, and it went on. He said he wants people to join him and follow him on his journey. And I thought, this is brilliant, you know. And I messaged him back and I said, you don't realize how good that video is. And I said, it is that good. And I said, because it's you and it's your story. And I said, you need to keep that video and pin it to your profile, because I thought, that is wonderful, because that's what people want to see. People want to see people being real, who they can relate to. They don't need the fancy sales funnels and they don't need all that. They don't need all that. You're yourself. I've seen some of your. We've both seen our videos. We're not doing any fancy graphics, and
I only do myself what I enjoyed. TikTok, it gets a little bit crazier. It's my side too. I stayed 28 years old or 18 years old, not 41. But I love TikTok to do that kind of stuff. But on my Facebook, it's more serious. It's me. It's what I've been through. It's my hard labor that got me into a depression, got me off the world.
But again, and look how openly you always talk about that. That's another thing. You're being you, and people hear that and say, you know what, I can relate to that. And that is, this is a people industry. It always has been. People will join people, and just be yourself. Just be yourself, tell your story. And that's what I said to him. I said, James, you don't realize how good that video is. So keep that video. I said, because he just made it spur of the moment. But he spoke all about his story, his message, what he was doing, and I said, there's going to be so many people that will relate to that and understand that and say, you know what, I'm just like this guy, and I said, it's wonderful. And I said that to him.
And that he pins it on the top, because that's his story. Everybody.
Yes, I said to him, I said, you need to pin that. And I said, and maybe further down the line, I said, you could use that as a bridge page. I said, but we're not going to get too involved. I'll let you know what that is at a different time.
He will learn in the VIP too.
I'm sure he will. Yeah. I'm sure he'll. But he's really. I think he's got his onboarding with Wayne on Saturday.
Then I don't see him tomorrow.
Yeah, I think he has, but I know Wayne's been tied up, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's happened. Yeah.
Almost see a mushroom cloud going from England.
Yeah, I think he's, because I know I heard from Robert yesterday, and he said he's been called away. So whether he will be available for his call Saturday, but he's doing all the right things, and he's keen. He's looking forward to it. He's loving the program.
Yeah, that we embraced him in a VIP. We are team member in VIP too. So he has you, and he has the VIP team. It's a very warm team.
But I said to him, he says, can I still message you? And I said, of course you can. And I'm going to say, no, you're out there now. No, you're gone. I said, no, of course. I said, message me anytime. And he likes that. He said, I still want to, reach out to you if I can. And I said, of course you can. You won't get rid of me that easy. It's all the helping. It's a community thing, isn't it? It really is good. It's like these lives. Sometimes this time of day, some people don't get to see them. I always have a look later on in the evening, and they've got quite a high view count, some of them. So they might not be watching them now, but people are watching them later on. So they might not get on the live, the Q&As or got questions in, but they're watching them later on. They're still watching them back. Again, it's momentum. It's people know, I'll go back later on and watch that live. I'll go on, I'll come home and I'll go and see what Ilse has put on TikTok today. This is what happens.
I have two people who said that you didn't post today. I was like, oh no.
But that is right. That's what happens. People start to expect it. People start to expect it. And when I did my 100-day challenge, we went away for the weekend, sort of 3/4 of the way through it. And my wife said, "What are you going to do now?" She said, "Because you won't be able to do your live." I said, "I'll do it from the hotel reception." And I did. I sat in the hotel reception, I got my phone out, went, "Hey people, how we doing?" I got these people sort of going, "What's this guy doing over here?" But I did it. I thought I still had to do it because that was the challenge. So I still did it. I didn't care. It was just the case. I'm going to do it as part of my routine. I'm not going to say, "Hey, I can't do it for 3 days," but because that's not the deal. It's every day on the spin. So I've got to try and do it for 50 days. So I'm still doing. This is the main thing I want to do. I want to do at least one post, one Facebook Live. It goes out to YouTube. It goes out to Twitch.
And later on, you do it with your dominators, huh? If they're ready to how was your day? What was hard? What was fun to do?
The idea of what we do, is you've got your groups, and we don't want everybody sitting in our group forever. If they do, that's great. But the idea is now go make your own group.
Yeah, make your own little community.
Yes.
And thrive. Please.
Watch what we do. Watch what that's why when Dr. M said on the comment the other day, it was so nice. We will help each other out. We've got each other's backs. The idea is, watch what we do and then do it yourself. So start your own group, start your own community.
You help, you do. And carry on and repeat.
And you'll never know where a lead comes from. You'll never know where it comes from. I mean, I've got, I think, still got 7 dominators, and if I look at them, 2 came from my Facebook group, I think it was. Another 2 came from a particular group that I speak to and target people and connect with them over there. Another one came from somewhere else. But you don't know where they're going to come from. And one of the guys said, "Oh, shall I put a group together?" I said, "Yes." And I said, "And invite all your friends." I said, don't think they probably won't be interested. I said, because the first guy who joined me, we'd never had a single conversation on Facebook, but he was on my friend list from somewhere, like we've all got these friends that we never actually speak to. And he came through, upgraded straight through and went to be a dominator. Now, if I'd said, "Don't know who this guy is, I'm not going to invite him," I wouldn't have got him. You can't, I said, invite everybody. Invite everybody until you got your list, and then you'll find out how active your Facebook list is, as we know mine is.
Yeah, I want to have that contact. It's so bizarre. Somebody hops in, does a program, and you don't know who it is. It's like, no, I want to know who it is.
And the best part I love about the industry is, I'm sure you do, is the attraction marketing that comes in, because people would just literally message you out of the blue and say, "Hey, I've been watching your progress. Tell me more about your program." Yeah. And some people say, "But how'd you get that? Where do these people come from?" I said, "Because they're watching, they're following, and they're wonderful contacts when they come in like that. They don't all do things, but they just drop into your inbox. I'm sure you get them. Tell me more about your program. Been watching what you do. It's attraction marketing at its finest, because you're going through the routine. You're doing these things. You're doing the lives. You're doing the videos like you are. You're helping people, and it's a good feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's fun to do. So everybody who's watching, Phil has some places free. Be quick.
Absolutely, and go check out Els on TikTok. She's going to do some funny dances
Instagram,
soon.
Facebook, all welcome.
How do they find you over there? Drop your what is your name on TikTok? Are you still?
Ilse Hiraerts. It's hard to pronounce.
Not Casey over there. Casey
no. Casey is
Casey gone.
Casey is another program.
See, look, all these different personalities you have.
Yeah, other hats. Huh? It's what I did with my day job. I have 6 companies. It's 6 other hats you have to pull up and go ahead. Yes.
Okay. Oh, look, we're late today. Look, 34 minutes we've gone today. Wow.
Oh, it went quick.
But we just love talking. We just love chatting and helping people. So everybody, I hope you got value. Thanks for joining me again. We're going to look out for Dr. M over the next 2 days.
Where is he?
I don't know, because he messaged me and he said he can only do a Friday or a Saturday. So
I will hold him on it.
Yeah, I'm going to drop a DM to him as well and say
Mhm.
tomorrow or Saturday, get on. We'll get him on that as well. We can get free on.
Tomorrow is Friday, and then Saturday.
Saturday, we say we'll get the Dr. M in the house.
The Dr. M. Oh, he's
The
good.
Dr. M. Yeah, we'll try and get him on as well. I'll message him later and say you're going to join us on our live.
Oh, do. Oh, please,
Yes.
do.
Put him on the spot. No excuses.
No.
Well, thank you for joining again, Els. Lovely to have you on board.
Yeah, and if somebody wants to talk to you or to me, feel free.
That's it. We're
Some
both
of your
open.
dominators want me on their Facebook. It's welcome. I don't mind.
Yeah, definitely. I think, well, Corey's listening. You can connect with Els, Corey.
You can
And she'll,
come, yeah.
you know, the more you connect with, the better it is. You know, we're here to help everybody. That's what it's all about. I mean, look at Jesse. Look how he helps people. He takes time out. He's a great guy to helping people. You know, that's what it's all about. We all want everybody to do well. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for joining. I'll be same time tomorrow.
Yes.
I'll hope to see you there. And I'm going to do a message to Dr. M now after this, so I don't forget, and say we need you here. You know, you need to come and join us. And then I'll message Wayne and say, Wayne, get on this live.
Oh my God, that would
How
be
good would
epic.
that be? How good would that be? Okay. Have a good day, Els. Thank you for joining.
Yes.
Keep
See you
doing what you
later,
do.
next time.
And see you
Bye-bye.
next time. Thank you. Bye now.